Hey everyone, I'm Duda and today we're back with another video, this time about types of learners. Do you know what type of learner you are? Or what studying strategies to implement to get that A+? Then watch to the end to find out. Have you ever wondered why you read your textbook, but you just can't seem to understand or remember all of that valuable information you've been studying for hours? Then maybe it's because you haven't implemented the right studying strategies for you. So, there are three categories of learners that most people fall into. The first one is visual learners. So these are the people that need to see something to really understand it. They have to see graphs or diagrams, or they have to use highlighters a lot. They need to highlight all of that important information so that it screams at them when they look at it. Or they like to watch lectures instead of just listening to them. So if you are that type of learner, then there are a few studying tips that I can give to you to help you study better. Use highlighters, highlight everything that you can, or make some charts, diagrams, pictures, anything like that. You can also use flashcards and make some notes the most that you can. Also, another thing about visual learners is that you should avoid distractions. So no windows or doorways, anything like that can someone can come in or something that will distract you and you won't be able to focus as much. So if you're a visual learner, try to avoid distractions at all costs. And now we're on to the second type of learner, and those are the auditory learners. So those are the type of people that need to hear information instead of just looking at it. So they like to listen to podcasts, or they like to listen to music while studying. They like to hear the lectures instead of just watching them. Auditory learners also work really well in group settings where you can talk a lot about a lot of things. So people usually are very talkative in group settings, so that will help an auditory learner too. And they also like to hum or talk to themselves while they're studying. So if you are an auditory learner, you can read things out loud for yourself. So don't just read your notes quietly in your head. Try to read them out loud so that you really hear and listen to everything that you're saying, and that will help you out a lot. If you didn't identify yourself with any of the two other ones that I talked about previously, then it's probably because you're a kinesthetic learner. Most people aren't very familiar with this type of learning strategy, but it's a lot of people fall into this category because it's those type of people that need to do something. They learn by doing instead of by hearing someone talk about it or reading textbooks or seeing diagrams like a visual learner. They need that hands-on experience, such as like in a lab environment. They are doing stuff all the time. So scientists are very kinesthetic learners sometimes too. Kinesthetic learners are also usually really good with math and science. They like to work in groups, and they would rather demonstrate something instead of verbally communicating it out. They also like to tap their foot or their pencil while studying. So I know a lot of kinesthetic learners, they love to keep doing something all the time. They like to engage all of their senses while studying. It's not just one thing. So they like to chew gum while they're studying, or listening to music while they're studying, or reading a textbook while exercising maybe. They like to do two things at the same time, so they're always engaged in whatever they're trying to learn. So some study tips for kinesthetic learners would be to do just that. Try to get hands-on experiences. See if your professor likes to do field work or anything like that. That may be a really good idea for you. Or try to implement flashcards to sort out some concepts that you may be struggling with. Some people also like to work while they're standing, so they like to take breaks often and walk around while reading a textbook, or just work while they're standing. They don't like to sit down and do nothing at this, they like to stand and walk around, take breaks often. They don't like to keep studying and looking at a certain textbook all the time. So now that you guys know all the studying strategies to use depending on which type of learner you are, I'm sure that you'll be able to study well and get that A+ on your tests. And that's it for all I wanted to say today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please follow me on Instagram, TikTok. I'm going to put it over here as always. And please subscribe to my channel. Bye!